Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good noon, good actually 24/7. We are here to connect you. So myself, social worker Habib Rahman, invite you to this closing ceremony of fourth WSWD International Conference on Strengthening Social Solidarity, Community Resilience, and Global Connectedness. This is, of course, the closing ceremony, and this is, of course, grand closing ceremony. So we are very honored. CSWPD, that is Community Social Practice and Development Foundation, in association with the People's University of Bangladesh, Department of Sociology and Social Work, as an academic partner, inviting many other organizations. Definitely, I mentioned their name later on. So we have hosted that last 4 days, and amazingly, we were honored and delighted to have your spontaneous participation in this conference throughout the journey. I shouldn't waste time more, so directly I love to go to Professor Salma Akhtar. Just have an opening short speech within 2 minutes. Professor Salma, please have a mark on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Habib Rahman. And on behalf of the Conference Organizing Committee, in the closing session of WSWD 2021 Fourth International Conference, Strengthening Social Solidarity, Community Resilience, and Global Connectedness, I would like to welcome you all to the closing ceremony. This is a very pleasant experience for all of us, and I'm very glad to share that in this 4 days conference we had 140 papers presented, and by the presenters coming from 31 countries from all over the world and all over the various regions. This is a regret for us that we couldn't make face-to-face due to the pandemic situation, but this is a great pleasure that we were connected thoroughly. And I would like to thank you a very special thanks to all that I would love to mention here that in all the sessions, even this, in spite of the time differences and a huge workload, huge number of participants had been there online, and we have seen that almost more than 41 persons to more were attending every single sessions whenever the sessions were irrespective of the time differences. So we are very much grateful to you all for your active participation, your support, and this was lovely being there with you for 4 days. And this is really interesting that we have got very thought-provoking discussions, presentations on the theories and practices of social work from all over the world. So I think that we all are waiting here for the discussions and hearing from you all. So that's from my part. Thank you all again for participating in the conference, and I wish that all have a very wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Salma, for a very short but significant opening talk. Before going to the conference summary of the last 4 days, just let me recall the names, the faces, those who are with us last 4 days. Actually, I thought we are all together from first day to till today, that actually Kalpana Desai mentioned that we were 24/7 moving around throughout the journey and communication. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, in the speaker list, I could see the name Professor Malcolm Pine. He was our keynote speaker. Professor Norton Tium, he was our keynote speaker. Professor Mark, I could say, Professor Mark is here. There are so many friends, actually. Renowned professors and speakers were there. I shouldn't dare to mention all the names together. It might take time, but let me just declare other names beside them, just to mark the closing ceremony of this fourth international and fourth international conference. With us today, just to closely remark the session, we are very delightedly accepting the voice, Professor and Emeritus Dean Professor Brice Mohan. He will address us after some time. With us, we have guest of honor, Professor Dr. Sadiqul Arifin Matin. He is our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Borishal University in Bangladesh. Sir, welcome you in this closing as guest of honor. We are very honored today to have Professor Abul Hussein. He is our special guest. Professor Adi Faradin from Indonesia. He is our special guest today. Dr. Antonina Daskina, Honorable President of Russian Union of Social Worker and Pedagogy. She is our special guest today. Professor A.K.M. Munirul Islam, Honorable Council Secretary, Bangladesh Accreditation Council. He is our honorable special guest today. And I do believe we all are guests today. In fact, I'm planning to have just have a voice and see all the faces together for 30 seconds at least. Otherwise, we shouldn't let them go back home after this grand closing ceremony. So let's come to Dr. Shakti Prabha. Just have a very short summary on the last 4 days conference. Dr. Shakti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, your time is 7 minutes maximum, just to sum up this 4 days sessions together.
Thank you, Professor. A very good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all the respected delegates of social work practitioners, social work educators all over the world. It's my privilege and honor to present the brief summary on the 4th International Conference on Strengthening Solidarity, Community Resilience and Global Connectedness. This conference was organized by Community Social Work Practice and Development Foundation, Bangladesh, academic partner, Department of Sociology and Social Work, People University of Bangladesh, National Associates, International Associates, and the media partner. This prestigious 4th International Conference was started on 3rd April at Bangladesh time on the virtual platform. The inaugural ceremony started with a welcome address by the convener social worker, Professor Habibur Rahman, Director of Community Social Work Practice and Development Foundation. The session started with a welcome address, and the next was a video message from Dr. Tori Truell, IFSW General Secretary, and Dr. Anna Maria, President of ISSW. The opening remarks was given by Honorable Professor Barbara Shank, Secretary, International Association of Schools of Social Work. She spoke on 4 important documents by IFSW, IASSW, and ICCSW, and Global Standard for Social Work Education Training and IASSW. The other guest speakers also addressed the session. The session was addressed by the guest of honor, Professor Ghulam M. Madhpur, Monmouth University, New Jersey, USA, who spoke on international social work practice, and our guest speaker, Mr. Suk Po Kim, President of Daegu Association of Social Workers, South Korea, appreciated the organizers. He also commented that it will be a milestone in the journey of Bangladesh and also for other countries. The newsletter of CSWD was virtually presented to all the guests, and it ended with thanking all the honorable participants present on the virtual platform. The next session started with the keynote session with the bridge between the theories and practice of social work. We had our respected Professor Dr. Malcolm Payan, Emeritus Professor, Manchester Metropolitan University, Honorary President, Kingston University, UK, spoke on theory connections in social work and social development. He spoke on improving the social network among families, communities, and organizations, and importance of theory and practice in international social work practice, and how social workers can respond to social issues. We had the speaker, Professor Dr. Nigor Tiong Tan, Singapore Social Science University, who spoke on the values of social resilience and human relations. The chair for the session was Dr. Mariko Kimura, President Emeritus, Japan Women's University, immediate past president of IFSW AP, who facilitated the Q&A session. The keynote session was followed by 3 plenary sessions and 15 technical sessions for the rest of the 3 days. The total papers received were 140 from the 50 countries. The paper presented in the conference were virtually from 31 countries. The plenary sessions consisted of all social work educators and practitioners from Bangladesh and other countries from the various parts of the world, and who were present as chairs, co-chairs, and speakers. All the technical sessions were chaired, co-chaired, and had discussants from the respected social work fraternity from all over the world. The plenary sessions and the 15 technical sessions were categorized based on the different themes, and the papers were empirical papers and conceptual papers based on the themes. All the discussions on the papers were very thought-provoking and very innovative topics. The various topics discussed in the sessions were mental health, child development, youth development, parenting, women development, community development, gender perspective, emotional intelligence, social work and environment, evidence-based practice and model, indigenous social work practice, therapeutic intervention, social work in the field of disability, autism, employment, community resilience, climate change, disaster management, depression, counseling, social work and religion, and so on and so forth. So it was a very big list of themes which was presented in this 4-day international conference. On the whole, the speakers in all the sessions covers all the challenges of human, environment, and animal care. This 4-day international conference on strengthening social solidarity and global connectedness had achieved its objective of connecting not only the social workers, but also the experts from other fields such as sociology, psychology, public administration, economics, English, engineering, journalism, and library science. The various interventions were discussed with the field experts, and it's definitely an enriching and knowledgeable experience to all the social work professionals and also for the educators and for the budding research scholars and students. My heartfelt appreciation to the organizer, social worker Professor Habibur Rahman, Director, Committee Social Work Practice and Development Foundation, for his tireless effort and tremendous dedication. Heartfelt appreciation to the academic partner, Department of Sociology and Social Work, People University of Bangladesh, and all other loving teaching faculty members of the university, and the national partners and the international partners and the media partner. A big congratulations and best wishes for all the speakers and the paper presentation for making their effective contribution towards social work education and practice. Now we are all looking forward to listen to our respected chief guests and guest speakers in this validation section. This is Dr. Shakti Prabha, social worker. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Shakti, for a very short summary and summarized version talk. Thanks again. So, dear respected participants, scholars, academicians, development activists, and social workers around the world, actually, I should do apology all the time because it's a big time difference. Someone is waiting, just go back. So I should follow not the protocol or not the schedule, I mean serial list. I should go for the convenience of our speaker. So at the very beginning of the talk, I would love to request Mr. Supra Kim, Honorable President of Daegu Association of Social Workers, just for a minute talk. Voice talk from Mr. Supra Kim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations to all of you who contribute fourth international conference in greater success. During participating in this international conference, I've felt the power of Bangladesh. This power is not the power of one person, but the power of all social workers in Bangladesh. Of course, Professor Habibur Rahman and his team played a big role, but the greater power was the dynamics of Bangladesh's social workers. When looking at the topics, I could see the immense horizon of this conference. I was surprised that we have seen numerous topics were covered, including social solidarity and sustainable social development, mental health and social resilience, child issue, disabled issue, and not only social theories, but also practical issues. These conferences were too magnificent to manage that I can imagine, and too enormous topics for one country to host. But you did it and made it. A big congratulations on that. I think once again for your hard work and sincere participating as a keynote speaker, moderator, and discussant, and participants all over the globe as well. I also thank everyone who participated in this conference for their valuable sharings. I wish them peace and blessings. I pray that God's blessings on you. Be safe and healthy. Thank you for your attention. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend Kim. Thanks a lot. I think if you love to stay, you can stay a few minutes, I think, if you feel comfort. So I could see Pascal Rudin, right, from IFSW. Pascal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. I'm very sorry, I was just missing you last 3 days. So can I request you to have just a remark for 1 or 2 minutes, please, on behalf of IFSW?
Yes, sure. So it was a very impressive, actually, conference that you put together here, and I'm very proud that many faces are very common. So hello to everyone I've met before. I'm pretty sure, as we are a big family, that I will meet many of you soon if I missed you here. So yeah, just as a brief, should I say, looking back at the last months, which was actually World Social Work Day months, I think it was very impressive how the family of social workers around the globe were actually celebrating this year's theme, Ubuntu, I am because we are. And I can also see how this reflects in this amazing conference here. And the theme itself actually calls for solidarity within communities, societies, and also beyond. And the spirit of Ubuntu that highlights that we are all interconnected and that our future is dependent on recognizing this, that all humans and their environments are important in co-building a sustainable, fair, and social just future is just something that has been highlighted in this conference at many points and in many times. So, and it was great to actually see that this celebration and this global movement is growing each year. So this year we have received more than 100 translations of the World Social Work Day posters. We've seen more than 300 events that were shared via social media, videos. There were webinars, and so all of the family, that includes social work practitioners, students, academics, politicians, and even service users, they have recognized the humanity of our fellow beings. And it is just a privilege, actually, to be part of this amazing movement. And so I really thank you, all social workers around the globe that are here right now, but also those that are not here, for your commitment and your solidarity in enhancing social justice in our communities, even in times of a pandemic that we have right now. And social work, as is really seen in this conference, is just amazing in adapting to those times of a pandemic and to use technology to bring us all together. And so, yeah, I'm really proud to be part of that. And again, congrats to the conference organizers, and thank you to all that contributed. Yeah.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Lastly, I didn't miss you. I get you back here today. Thank you. I could see the face of Kana Kanamatsu from Japan. Kana, can you see me? Can you hear me? Kana, are you here? Okay, this is midnight, so can I have your voice for 1 minute? Kana, she's from Japan, Shukutoku University. She's associate professor, right? Kana, please, you were there today. We cannot hear you. Can I just increase the volume of the device for our headphone, please? No. May I request you to just unplug the headphone and just connect again?
Yes, I tried. How about
it's
it?
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's working now.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. First of all, congratulations to you all. The big success of WSWD 2021, the fourth international conference. It is definitely a historical movement on to show all peoples the social work solidarities. And thank you very much for the organizer, especially Mr. Habib Rahman. And I believe that this workload is this is a very heavy workload for everybody. I understand that actually ARISO, our institute, Asian Research Institute for International Social Work, has organized one unique event in February. It was really tough work for us. So, but it is very fruitful discussion, and I believe that this dialogue is very, very important to move forward the social work practices and social work educators and everybody. So thank you very much for making this historical opportunity, and I'm so glad to join this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kana, for very wonderful talk and very brief but very significant. Thanks a lot again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let me come to our honorable keynote speaker. Actually, I would like to get some feedback from the keynote, but time is, of course, very short, not more than 4 to 5 minutes or 4 minutes. It would be better to accommodate all participants together. So may I request, first of all, from the plenary session, Professor, Emeritus Professor Mr. Mark A. Reckney. Mark, are you here? Can you hear me?
Here we are.
All right.
Yep. Good morning from Chicago. And thank you, by the way, not only for having us all together and convening this, but for the excellent work that you have done and your generosity in executing this. I have to say, as I look at the screen, you look like an aircraft controller with your screens and everything. It's been a wonderful, wonderful conference. And thinking about this, I ask myself, why do we go to conferences at all? Certainly they bring us together and they allow us to share ideas and to innovate and really to look at the world afresh. They allow us to connect with friends and colleagues and to meet new ones, and they support and inspire. Conferences, a good conference can be rejuvenating. And when I think about this conference, it's done all of those things. Whenever I go to a conference, and this has been for many years, I like to come away with, I call them pearls in the sand, precious gems that have been overlooked by someone else, something I can bring home to students or to my clinic or to our lab. And that will be of interest and of help, something that's been overlooked. I look for the aha moment where you go, God, I wish I'd thought of that. Or, that idea is so sensible. Why didn't I think of that before? That sort of openness to the power of the unexpected, seeing and hearing something that you've not seen before. And I got to tell you, here in this conference, I hope you've had that experience, because I have. That aha moment of hearing a really sharp talk and a wonderful speaker. Now, I would say, and we all recognize that this has been a challenging year. It's been a year where the days are just piled high with difficulty. And one of the things I would say about this conference is that it really has been truly global. And what I've recognized in listening to everyone the last couple of days is our common purpose, our shared vision. It's become clear to me that, this is 40 countries, whether we're in South Asia or North America, Central America, Europe, the Pacific. In some sense, we are all tilling in the same field. And even though we're separated by continents, we are actually shoulder to shoulder. And I have found that quite reassuring. So that's been my experience of this conference. And I want to once again congratulate Habibur and the others who have put this on, but also all of you for coming and sharing your work and your creativity and initiative. in this mission that we have. Okay, that's my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Mark. Actually, all of your presence honored us, really, made our efforts successful till today. So we are really very honored. Let me come to Professor Norton Tiong, just for a short speech. Professor Norton Tiong was our keynote speaker. Professor, are you here?
Yes. Hi, Abibo, and hi, everybody. It was my pleasure to join this conference and also present some ideas on social resilience and social solidarity. Can I, as a start, say that this conference itself is a sign of social solidarity and global connectedness. And I think it is like-minded people coming together and sharing the vision of how we can deal with some of the drastic changes and problems of our world. And I think we should not, on the one hand, pat ourselves on the back, but on the other hand, we should be really mindful that the task is far from over, that the world actually is even more fragmented. The global world is even more marginalized, and therefore the world is actually decreasing in its resilience. And so I think what we need to do as practitioners, as thinkers, as leaders in the social work, social development field, is to be able to facilitate a transformation of our society, to be more humane, to transform and change us so that we can be effective at the various levels. Because social resilience is actually multifaceted, and the framework requires intervention at various levels. So I think we shouldn't be too complacent, thinking that we have achieved by coming just together. The world out there is still in a mess. And therefore, I think what we need is to be able to empower from the grassroots right up women, children, migrant workers of all nations and ethnic groups to be able to work together in a way that will bring this world to a new level. And I think what we are doing in the social welfare, social resilience part is just a part of the puzzle. You need the multifaceted social ecological systems approach to strengthen the global connectedness, the integration, and the solidarity. So on the one hand, Habibo and all our colleagues, we have a good start, but the war is far from over. And the mission is, I hope, a renewed call to a commitment to build social resilience at all levels, individual, community, societal level. And that can be sustained and that can be progressive so that we don't have to reinvent and go back to square one. So I think there is hope. And if we work together, for example, how we can share our knowledge and training. And as the chair of the Global Institute of Social Work, I would also like to put in a plug that we should help provide training and access to knowledge and skills for people who need it most from all over the world. And I'm glad some of the board members of GISW is here, and we could work together to make this world a better place and a more well-trained social workers, community worker will make a world of a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Tien, for wonderful speech. And really, this is significant here, this platform, because you all the global leaders of social work are here together. So definitely our collective efforts bring a success, a global social work arena. So let me invite our another keynote speaker, Professor Malcolm Pine. Professor Pine, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and it's a pleasure to be with you in this leaving event.
All right.
Because we have come together for some of the time, and some people have been here for all of the time. And what's striking about it is that there is such a range of people, there is such diversity that you have managed to bring together. And as people have said, this is a tremendous achievement. The fact that we can come together and have this debate among ourselves is a really important thing for social work, because I started, among the things I was saying a few days ago when I started out on this conference, was to say that the really important thing about social work is that it is concerned with the social. It's concerned with people's relationships, but it's also concerned with the social structures and social organizations and how people interact between them. What I want to say is that if we are going to have solidarity among peoples on our globe, then to bring that diversity together is important, but it's also important to do what you've all been doing. And that is presenting the reality of the different perspectives and the different understandings and the different structures which we're all part of. If we can't argue about, debate about, have conflicts about the differences between us, we can never create the solidarity that we're trying to achieve. For many years, I've done a lot of training of people in teamwork, in getting together and working together and cooperating and coordinating together. And what I've always said is that you can't create a team, you can't coordinate, you can't create solidarity unless you are prepared to argue, unless you're prepared to bring to the surface the conflicts and the difficulties that you have. And this is my second global event that I've been to this month online. My last one was in Iran. And one of the striking things about that was that there is a lot of conflict between many of the countries represented here and the countries represented in the Iranian view of the world. And yet we were able to argue and debate in just the same way as all you have been arguing and debating. So I think, Habiba, it is great that you have enabled us to bring here our conflicts and talk about them, because it's only by talking and debating that we will be able to achieve the solidarity that we would all like to see. I'm reminded of the young people that I deal with every month in safeguarding matters in this country. To make people feel safe, to make people feel secure, they have to know who you are. And to know who you are, we have to know who we are. And it's really important that social work, the wider social works that crisscross our globe, know who they are, can bring together who they are, and create something from who they are. So I've welcomed being part of what you have created here, and I hope you can all go on to create yet more opportunities for working together and creating together. It's been a pleasure to be part of what you've created here. I've been fascinated to hear what people have said, and I do look forward to the opportunity of interacting with you all again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Pine, for such a very inspiring talk. Actually, time is very constrained. That's why I'm rushing and requesting all my respected speakers just to make sure. Otherwise, we cannot control it within the time. So we could say our special guest, Professor Adi from Indonesia, he joined. And I could say our another keynote session 2 speaker, Joyce Sim. Joyce, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can everybody hear me?
All right. So can I request you, may I request you for a 2 or 3 minutes talk? What is your experiences and thoughts for us?
Thank you. It's going to be really short. Again, good morning from Chicago. It is so lovely to see my colleagues around the world. First of all, I really want to thank you for this conference and for this solidarity. And I think whenever I think about social work, it's about empowering individuals in the field and changing the social structure. And I think that's why our profession is super unique. And in light of that, I really want to congratulate all of you. I also want to make an emphasis on, again, empowering women. And I'm so glad to see a lot of women leaders here. And then I thank you for your presence and energy, and also the next generation of social work leaders and scholars and practitioners. So thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to our future meetings again.
All right, Joseph, thanks. Thank you again. And very honored to have your speech before you started. So I would request, before coming to other speakers, request Mr. Mukhlis Rahman, organizing team, actually steering. Mukhlis, are you here? Mr. Mukhlis Rahman, are you here? No. All right. 2 minutes.
I'm here.
Small is very beautiful.
Small is not only beauty, small is cute. Thank
Carry
you
on.
very much, social worker Habibur Rahman, for giving me the platform which you have connected 140 scholars from 40 countries of the globe. So you deserve some massive congratulations from me as we work together. Before social worker, I think we need self-worker. With these few words, I like to say the think tank or think bank you have started through this dialogue, and this is for our future connectivity with this pandemic situation. This kind of connectivity, this kind of international conference, you made it possible because of your hard work and because of your insight. From your insight, though you are holding the position of professor, proctor, head of the department, even though you are writing in front, your name is only, that means social worker. I do salute for this kind of mentality. Because of that kind of intensity, you made it possible. I like to thank leaders, intellectuals, from scholars who have participated last 4 days. By and large, it is a 24 hours, somehow or others, we have correlated. But we enjoyed a lot. We gathered international experiences, and also we have a strong platform from Bangladesh. You all recognize it's a pleasure and it's a blessing for us. And with these few words, I like to say, be blessed always. Everybody should be with good health and with a good mood. Thank you very much, social worker Habib. Again, thank you. Massive congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Before coming to another speaker, let me actually show my gratitude to my working partner. Otherwise, I might forget the last part. It shouldn't be. So, in the 4th International Conference on Strengthening Social Solidarity, Community Resilience, and Global Connectedness, organizer, Community Social Work Practice and Development Foundation, academic partner, Department of Sociology and Social Work, the People's University of Bangladesh, media partner, Jamuna Television and FM 90.4 and ATN Bangla, National Associates, Department of Narcotic Control, Ministry of Home Affairs, UDPS, Work for a Better Bangladesh Trust, Health 21, Institute of Wellbeing, International Lions Club of Uttara Professions, DBA, Amra Shobai Foundation, Safe and Multiple Commodities, Human Wellbeing Foundation, RDO, Gazipur Metropolitan School, Bangladesh Association of Sign Language Interpreters, MUB 92, International Associates, Dago Association of Social Worker, that's Mr. Kim is led, Junmi Kim, Happy Care, Development Profession, West Bengal, India, and Argentinian Association, Accompaniment Therapeutic Association, Argentina. Thanks a lot again. And honorable session, opening session chair was Dr. Abu Jamil Faisal. Again, thanks to my all volunteers and working partner. Let's come to again. And before coming to other part, let me share. We'll discuss it later. This is the newsletter. Actually, you contributed. You're right up here. Can you see, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, we
All
can
right.
see.
All right. This is Community Talks newsletter on 20th of January in 3rd founding anniversary of Community Social Work Practice and Development Foundation. We launched it, inviting 35 papers from different so far, I could say 19 countries and 29 from other countries out of Bangladesh. And that's all. Let me come to introduce our guest. And in the meantime, I might take some opinions from other friends also. That would be very interactive. And before coming to other guests, I'd like to break the schedule. I would request Professor Brice Mohan, who is guest of honor. Actually, he is the closing guest remark, but I request him to share his thoughts right now, then it might be interactive or we might have some points on his discussion. Professor Brice Mohan, are you ready, sir? Or should I take time?
No, I'm ready. Just give me a second.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I lost the connection. Beta. I lost the connection.
Professor, we played your slides, so
no,
can you see? Yeah.
Hello.
We can hear you, Prof.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Dr. Rahman?
Yeah. We can hear you. Please, you can proceed.
Good morning from Los Angeles, California. Dr. Rahman, distinguished, faithful angels of the world. It's my honor to speak to you a few words this beautiful morning. And I thank you for your kind invitation to speak on 6 interrelated, interdependent themes which are so crucial for our human survival. At no other time in modern history, these constructs have been more important than now. The surreality of this dreaded plague can hardly be exaggerated. But this utopian goal is challenging in a nearly dystopian and socially distant world. Within the constraints of time, I like to encourage the distinguished delegates, sponsors, public leaders, social workers, and the honorable presenters of this conference to think critically, I underline, to think critically about 3 following constraints that are crucial for the success of this timely conference. First, social welfare and social development in the age of digitalism, if I may. Number two, social welfare policy and the COVID pandemic. Third, globalism and the rise of new tribalism. By new tribalism, I mean the nihilism, which includes populist nationalism, international conflicts and national interests, and lastly, the anti-progressive forces that we see around the globe. I wonder if you recall recently what happened in Washington, D.C. on January 6, when the leader of this free world called for a revolt against the temple of democracy in Washington, D.C. In light of these considerations, solidarity, resilience, and global connectedness may be emphasized and envisioned within mainly two positive goals in mind. And I emphasize those. Number one, inclusive equality. Number two, democratization of government. We are living in a world which is hopelessly divided, and inequality is rising along this corporate affluence all over the world. Without consideration of these two qualifications, talking about solidarity and connectedness would amount to an oxymoron. If we succeed to achieve these dual objectives without any violence, mayhem, public corruption, and terror, we'll certainly achieve community solidarity within a connected world. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand on the cusp of a new social reality that has two main features. Number one, our existing social contract, is faltering. We need a new social contract, which I like to call Enlightenment 2. And secondly, there is a pervasive evidence of institutional meltdown. When I say so, I bring into focus the faltering family breakdown, education which has become a commodity, economy which serves only 1% people, and religion which has become the source of fundamentalist exclusions and violence. I sincerely hope intellectuals, professionals, public leaders, and servants will find your deliberations interesting and worthwhile. We are living in a broken society. Ignoring this reality would amount to professional unfaithfulness in bad faith. I therefore urge all people, especially those who are working for restructuring and rediscovering this society during these difficult times, will devote toward the main objectives of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very thankful to you for giving these few moments, and I wish you all the success and congratulations to everyone, especially Dr. Rahman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Breeze Mohan. Thanks again for very wonderful thought. So many connections are there. I shouldn't dare to explain anything of that, but we are very happy and delighted to have you here. And it was not very tough, because always you give me access to share thoughts or anything. So I'm honored to have you here today as our guest of honor of this closing remark. So let me come to just one speaker from the speaker panel the last 4 days, Dr. Poonam Gulalia from TISS. Poonam, can you hear me? Dr. Poonam, are you here? Okay. Maybe she's not here. She might join again. So let me come to one of the session chair of plenary session, Dr. Murali Desai. She is the ex-professor of TISS Mumbai, India. Murali, can you hear me, Professor Murali Desai?
Yes,
okay. Okay. Poonam, your time is 2 minutes, please. Carry on.
I'll take 1 minute. We've had stalwarts on the panel. We've had amazing speakers and co-speakers, and you topped it up with Professor Brij Mohan. I'm grateful to you, the time, space, and the faith we have had in the year gone by that has reinforced our solidarity and also questioned our own resilience in the process while reaching out to our students and communities. I would like to remain connected with you and with your team, besides the work of other speakers who have come across to us. I have connected with some of them in the past 4 days as well. And I would like to open it up to many of my students whom I have asked to connect on Facebook and on your live talks. So you will have many more work to do within the 24 hours, 24/7, which you have given yourself. Thanks once again, Mr. Habibur Rahman. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Poonam Gulalia. Actually, all of you, I think, you were our inspiration last 4 days. You were listening, you were participating, sharing, and I do believe sharing is caring. That should be the spirit of social worker, and that's why 24/7 I'm okay and on in mode. So no worry, we will do something for social work globally, inshallah, by the grace of Almighty. So let's come to our special guest. I might take someone after them. So I would request our honorable special guest to take 3 minutes time so that we could precise our session. So I'd request Professor AKM Monirul Islam. He is our Honorable Council Secretary, Bangladesh Accreditation Council. Professor Monirul Islam. Professor AKM Monirul Islam. Sir, can you hear me?
Okay. Thank you, Professor Habibur Rahman. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you are clear.
Okay, thank you. This is good evening, good morning to all of you around the world. This is Professor AKM Monirul Islam. I'm from Bangladesh Accreditation Council. Bangladesh Accreditation Council will be dedicated to enhance confidence of the stakeholders about the quality of higher education of Bangladesh by ensuring best practice in higher education institution with integrity, transparency, accountability, and credibility in accordance with internationally acceptable quality assurance practice. This will be achieved through implementation of accreditation standards, self-assessment process, and monitoring of complements. Facilitating the capacity building of higher education institution in meeting quality assurance and accreditation standard, and to make greater contribution to the sustainable socio-economic development of the country. At first, I would love to extend my appreciation CSWPD Foundation and the People's University of Bangladesh for arranging such a big international conference, inviting many eminent academics, researchers, development professionals, and community leaders from different countries. So far, I could know more than 140 speakers presented paper and shared through in the conference. I must say, this is obviously a step towards social work extension and practice in Bangladesh. Really, Professor Habibur Rahman and his dynamic teammates did a wonderful job. I also hope to see social work as a profession in Bangladesh. It might be possible by all of you support and collective efforts. I'm really sorry I invited from Professor Habibur Rahman for joining the various session, but my work pressure, I did not join the session. I'm really sorry. Again, I convey my heartfelt appreciation to all speakers, guests, participants, and organizers on behalf of Bangladesh Accreditation Council. Thank you all once again. Thank you, Professor Habibur Rahman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are very honored to have you here. We know you have very tight schedule during this pandemic. Things are in online. You have so many meetings. So thanks again. And thanks for your good wishes. I'd like to request our honorable guest speaker, Professor Dr. Abul Hussain, for his very short speech. Professor Dr. Abul Hussain. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure to be here today and to see the different scholars and managers and social workers all over the world. We know this time it is very important to be united and get ourselves united so that we can fight against poverty, impoverishment, and different kind of social and economic problem. As our Malcolm Perry said, all over the world there is a widening gap between rich and poor, and there are lots of social injustice and human infringement of human rights all over the world. So as a social worker, we are committed to bring the social justice so that people get a peaceful life all over the world. This is it. This is a great opportunity in social work profession. We say that connectivity is productivity. So today, this conference already gave us an opportunity to connect ourselves all over the world, all over the globe. And I think this might be ushered a new era of development, especially social development all over the globe. I think we can start from here and we can be united, and we would like to do something to make the world a better place. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Professor Habibur Rahman, as well as his associates who made these events a success, and people who involved and connected themselves all over the world. I congratulate all the people. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you again. So I would like to request Dr. Antonina Daskina from Russia, and she is the current president of Russian Union of Social Workers and Pedagogists. Antonina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, all right. Your time is 3 minutes. Yeah, sure.
Habibur, I have no time. I have to catch my plane from Dhaka to Moscow. I'm speaking nearly the last one. My plane. Okay.
All right.
Habibur, you heard today very many wonderful words. My congratulations to you. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate your work, but I don't want to repeat what other honorable professors say. I want to send my best wishes to your family, to your wife, to your children. I know that they suffered a lot because you spent so much time to bring all of us together. Habibur, I work with you nearly from the very beginning of your organization. I have to be honest, I didn't know that you will come to this level when so many people from so many countries got together. We in Russia organize a lot of big events, and I know how difficult it is to organize, and to do what you did, it's quite an achievement, and it is a historical thing. I would like to argue a little bit with, no, vice versa, not argue, but confirm what Professor Mohan said and what Mark from Chicago said, that yes, it's very, very important to have offline conferences, because here there are people whom I hugged so many times, whom I kissed so many times. Sukpyo Kim, is it true? Yes. But now in this pandemic, we can't do it. And I would say that the situation now is like the Second World War, when the world was disintegrated, when we all were in trouble. But now situation is better, because in spite of the difficulties, in spite of the problems, we can be together. But I wish that the pandemic will leave all of us, that we will continue meeting up together. But the format you offered us today is really unbelievable. It's cheap, it's embracing, it's funny, it's useful, it's very, very professional. So thank you very much for inviting Russian professionals, Russian social workers, and we will always be with you. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Antonin, actually, one thing is absent, that is nobody can hug other, embrace other because of this pandemic. So waiting for that better day coming soon, after this pandemic, hopefully.
Okay, I wish it will come soon.
Yeah, we hope so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Antonin, again, and hope to see you again soon, I do believe. And another special guest, Professor Adi from Indonesia. Professor Adi, are you here? Professor Adi, are you here? Can you hear me? I saw him somehow, might be disconnected. Adi is here now. Okay, Professor Adi, I can see you on the screen. Are you here? Can you hear me? I saw Professor Adi on the screen. Professor Adi, can you hear me? Okay. Let's come Professor Adi, and before Professor Adi comes, as he was special guest, and today's our guest of honor, another guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Borishal University, but basically he is a social worker. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sadikul Arifin Matin. Sir, are you here? Can you hear me, sir?
He's muted.
Professor Matin, Sadikul Arifin Matin, sir, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Though, sir, you were supposed to talk later, but we are not following protocol because of time constraint. But you are the guest of honor of the session, so you are wholeheartedly welcome to speak on this session today. Right now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. No matter. Okay. Hello, everyone. In the birth century of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and golden jubilee of the independence of our country, I wanted to approach my heartiest greetings and convey my salam to all of you. Firstly, I would like to convey my sincere appreciation to the organizer, CSWPD Foundation, and the People's University of Bangladesh for arranging such a big international conference, inviting many eminent academics, researchers, development professionals, and community leaders from different countries. I have heard that closely 140 speakers talked in its 4 days long conference. I would say this is a course of pioneering step towards social work promotion and practice in Bangladesh. Professor Habib, who actually did an amazing job with his team. I hope his dream to establish social work as a profession in Bangladesh will be true by all of your support and encouragement. Such international conference definitely increase the image of our country. Again, I convey my regards to all speakers, guests, participants, and organizers. Please take care and stay safe. I also request you all to maintain the safety measures of COVID-19. Good night, everyone. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, Bangladesh Chirojibi Hok. Thank you,
sir. Thank you, sir. We are really very honored. In the very auspicious year of the 100-year celebration of the birth of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, we are very honored to have such scholars from different parts of the world. Actually, this year and last year are very, very significant in our national life. So thank you, sir, again. I request Professor Adi. Professor Adi, I can see you on the screen. Can you hear me, Professor Adi? Professor Adi, can you hear me? All right. Let him come. I think he's on the screen, but he's not listening me. Professor Adi, I'm drawing your attention. If you hear me, please respond. And before coming back, Professor Adi, I think it's better just to have a few talks from the speakers panel. I request Matt Pelstein. Matt, are you here? Matt, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Hello.
All right, Matt. Happy birthday again, and time is 1 minute to just express the greetings, okay?
1 minute, okay. Okay, I thought it was a fantastic conference, very well organized, wonderful people, a lot of very, very good information. I learned a lot about social work, more than I was expecting. I enjoyed speaking with y'all. I was impressed to see how many countries and how many people were involved, and it would be fantastic if this could continue on forward and we could, as some of the speakers said, make some solidarity out of this and to move forward in helping the world become a better place. It needs a lot of help right now. So thank you again for having me, and best wishes to everyone.
Thank you. Very good speaker, Matt. Within 50 seconds, you finished your talk. Wonderful. Thanks a lot again. So I could see Tiffany. Tiffany Neal, are you here? She was our plenary speaker on autism. So Tiffany, can you hear me? Dr. Tiffany Neal. Dr. Tiffany Neal, can you hear me? She might drop. So Wilkins from Kenya. Wilkins. She was our honorable guest speaker. Wilkins, can you hear me? Wilkins? Adi, Professor Adi? Are you back? Professor Adi, are you here?
Who are you talking?
Professor Adi Faradi, not you, Adi Pinjan. So you can make a trace on your opinion and just let us see your face as you are here, Adi Pinjan. You can say hello.
Okay. Wait. I will just prepare my. Is it okay that I'm going to off my camera? I'm here. I'm just here. So
No worry.
it's very amazing and interesting event that you were able to gather us here in this virtual world actually. So thank you very much for inviting me to join in your conference, and I meet new friends somehow because of this conference. And thank you for allowing me to share my research on the role of women in sewage farming and fishing. So thank you for this opportunity. That's all.
Thank you. Adi Pinjan from Philippines. I could see Tara Cottrell. Tara, are you here? Tara Cottrell, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you can mark your voice here.
Okay. Yes. I just want to say thank you, first of all, to you coordinating all of this, sending links, making calls so that it's easy for us to enter the conference and making the posters. I can see the amount of efforts, even though you don't show the efforts, you're coming with a smile on your face and friendly coordination. And I'm so grateful that we can come together with this shared mission to help people, to help our global society come together with all our different perspectives and the same goal of helping people. And, you know, seeing the underserved population or seeing the hardships that people are having and discussing how we can help and how we can remain healthy ourselves while we're trying to help so many other people. And I feel so blessed to be a part of this group and part of so many amazing speakers with our voices ringing through the whole world to fill it with love. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara Cottrell, for nice space. Thanks again. Hope to see you again soon in another occasion. I could see still Adi, Professor Adi Faradin from Indonesia. Professor Adi, can you hear me? Professor Adi, can you hear me? I'm looking for him as he was our special guest on the panel, so I'm waiting for him still. From Finland, I could see Maiju. Maiju joined. Maiju, are you here? Can you hear me? Maiju, can you hear me? Vladimiro from Argentina.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Greeting for Argentina.
Thank you. In the morning, I saw you. In the evening, I saw you. In the midday, I saw you. Actually, it's very tough to sleep during this 4-day conference. I disturb you a lot. Thanks again to tolerate me. Just listen to our voices together. So from Nigeria, I just want a voice from Nigeria. I could see here Justin Obaigo, his student leader, rising social work in Argentina. Your time is 50 seconds. Justin, please. Okay.
Okay, indeed, I must say I'm very delighted to be a part of this event. I must say, Mr. Rahman, you're making waves, you're making tremendous waves internationally, and that is very, very commendable. I must say I'm very delighted to be a part of this event. I'd like to see participants from different countries willing to be a part of this struggle to make social work practice a reality globally. It's indeed a beautiful thing seeing everybody hands on deck trying to put.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Internet problem. Thanks a lot, Justin. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you again in another platform. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I could see Dr. Chandra from Nepal. Chandra, are you here? Dr. Chandra?
Yes, my friend. I'm here.
Just mark the day. Mark the day. Your time is 50 seconds, please, Dr. Chandra. from Tribhuvan University, Nepal.
I don't want to take a single second. What I want to say is just a wow. It's a man that like you who could do this and your team. Thank you. Congratulations. I'll be in touch again and again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Keep in touch and hope for the better day. Hope it will come soon. Thanks a lot. From India, West Bengal, Mr. Manoj Sarkar. Manoj Kumar Sarkar, are you here on the screen? Mr. Manoj Kumar Sarkar, are you here? Mr. Manoj Kumar Sarkar from West Bengal Development Professionals. Are you here, Mr. Manoj? As I was committed to giving floor, those who are interested to just say hello to everyone. I'm ready to accept your gladly approach. Anybody of you are interested to say hello to the speakers here, to the honorable guests here? Or did I drop anybody? I'm not sure actually. I cannot see all faces together on the screen. Still, I'm waiting for Dr. Adi, special guest of the session. Adi from Indonesia. Adi, are you here? Professor Adi Faruddin, are you here?
He's written a note now in the chat.
Yes.
That he's in a rural area and that some internet signal is very weak, so he can't switch on his camera and can't hear you. That's what he's written in the chat.
Maybe, yeah. Dr. Murli Desai, did she come in? Dr. Murli Desai, she was session chair, plenary session chair. Did Murli Desai come? No, not so far. So any one of you are interested to talk a bit for a minute? Any one of you? Still we have few minutes more time. As I was committed, we'll finish it within the time. Any one of you, are you here? No. So let me come to our honorable chair, Dr. Jami. Justin raised hand, it might be before. So Dr. Jami, are you here? Can you hear me? Actually, I'm feeling sad as I invited Dr. Adi, but I cannot get him in because of internet. It touches my heart, Dr. Adi. Really, I'm feeling you. Maiju Hekenen, actually the only opportunity of COVID-19 is use Zoom and stay connected, staying far, keeping social distance, but another opportunity, keep video off. I cannot see anybody here actually who is here or not. It's very challenging for me as a moderator of the session. So Dr. Jami, are you here? Probably not. Dr. Poonam, can you see Dr. Abu Jamil Faisal here?
So far, I haven't seen him. Check again.
Most probably he's disconnected, so I shouldn't stay more. Yeah. Just let me share my thoughts. And this is the finishing talk. The newsletter that I show you, I will send you all in the e-version. Already I got it yesterday, so I will send you the e-version newsletter, and we plan just to make a hard copy of it three times in a year. Title Community Talks, but definitely issue based. We will publish it different issue based. I will knock you. And okay, I could see Maiju raising hand. Maiju, please open your video and start talking for a minute. Maiju from Finland.
Yes, hello. Yes, I'm here. I just finished my office day, so it's okay. But it was very good conference, and I was honored to be part of this because I was waiting this conference so much, and last year it couldn't happen because of pandemic. So this online possibility was maybe the best option at this kind of situation. And it was very nice that so many people from different countries with different time zones could attend. So it's very good. And I hope to see all the other sessions because I understood that all were recorded. So it's possible to see even later. So I
Yeah,
feel
you-
very good that I was
you
part
could
of
say.
this even short time, but yeah.
Thank you, Maju. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I will send you a video and you can see all the videos in Community Talks YouTube and Community Talks BD Facebook page. So I could see Professor Jayada Sharbin is here. She was our honorable session chair of session. Professor Jayada Sharbin, are you here, madam?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, your time is 1 minute, madam.
I don't take 1 minute. Okay, thank you, Habib. And really, you did a tremendous job and your team as well. So, very, very congratulations to you all and all the honorable guests, participants. I want to say we want to work together. So, hope to work together in future. Have a nice time. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, madam, thanks a lot. Actually, it was very tough journey, but I don't understand how smooth it was for me with my very small team, even internet problem. And I should share some personal matter that it was really challenging, but my team was very courageous the time. And just before night of 3rd of April, we set our internet connection. You know, lockdown starts on 5th. It was very, very challenging. It was very heartbreaking, but we were on. That's why I thought social worker that Tara and other speaker, Joyce, and all of you mentioned that I tried to keep my smiling face. Naturally, it happens so far. I do understand, but matter is during this COVID, I think if I smile, it might be creating some antibody or immunization power or something like that. So I'm doing so. And so far I could recall, if I'm not wrong, that is Rani Elizabeth, second Elizabeth, so far, she mentioned a quote that smiling face can solve half or partially or 50% of any problem. Actually, that is, it always touches me that if I can be a good person, a good or a smiling person to someone, it might really heal his problem, or it might smooth our journey to get, or it creates some togetherness. That is one thing, and always I follow another thing is that is Napoleon Bonaparte said that is wonderful quotation that I follow in my life, that the whole world suffers a lot, not because of the violence of the bad people. The world suffers a lot because of the silence of the good people. And this pandemic, where I could see many renowned scholar, industrialists, mighty powerful personalities are dying, I just simply assumed it in my mind that I must die. There is no alternative. So if I die, why I should stay off? I should do something for the world if I can, really. So I love to extend my hard work for all of you. Actually, that is my passion. That's why I mentioned before my name, to writing anything, I love to add social worker Habibur Rahman, because Malcolm said perfectly that, who am I? Actually, that is my question. As I'm a social work graduate, we have social work degree, but without identification as a professional social worker, actually, I don't find any meaning in my life that why should I study, or why did I study on social work? Why I cannot say I'm a social worker proudly. Many people announcing, many industrialists announcing that I'm a social worker, but definition is being changed. While I'm attending some conferences in different countries, my question was just one question there, who am I? And I promise, still getting the answer, who am I as a professional social worker, I will keep fighting, keep driving, keep diving and striving. Actually, that is my happiness, because I love social work, and happiness truly lies there, that you believe, that you can do with freedom. So I am very close to the end. We are very delighted. And as my session chair is not here, again, I am conveying my utmost gratitude, felicitations, sincere regards, respects to all of you, to my team, entire team, to our organizing partners from home and abroad, all the speakers, and definitely the patient listener, which is very tough. And, in social work, a term that our respected teacher taught us, that is, try to be a good listener, which is very, very challenging. So we found that Professor Salma mentioned that we found in all the sessions, similarly, quite a good number participant active in person through Zoom, and as it was live streaming in Facebook and YouTube channels, so many. In the first video we could find in Eastern, there was more than 4,000 people are following that time. So it's amazing. And what we are doing, actually doing for the connectivity. And Professor Abolution said that connectivity is capital, really. Connectivity is productivity. I don't know, really. Naturally, it might be happen. I love to be connected. All the people for nothing, for no interest, but interest is love and affection. I think Professor Malcolm impressed me, Professor Brisbane impressed me, Mark impressed me, Antonina impressed me, Professor Sadiqul Arifin impressed me, Dr. Abolution impressed me, or actually give me some satisfying word. Professor Salma can do that, or you can do that, or anybody can do that actually. So I love to work endless for social work till my stay in the world. So we are very close to end. I request just take the opportunity or take the chance to be session chair for 2 minutes. Honorable Professor Salma Akhtar, please, madam, I request you for taking the opportunity, being the session chair of this session. On behalf of Dr. Abu Jamil Faisal, please.
First of all, I'd like to thank you and obviously all the persons involved in this organization. And we know in a very difficult situation of the pandemic time, when it was very difficult to even having minimum connectivity, we had a wonderful connectivity in this regard, that in this conferences, as I mentioned earlier, that despite the time differences, so many participants were there online. It was midnight in USA and our guests were still there and they were actively commenting on this. And what I was really feeling very proud of, that this not only connected the scholars from all over the world, but as one of the guests told very rightly, that it also made us thinking again on this existing situation and the social crisis we are going through, and reorienting ourselves in our thoughts, in our actions, activities. And I think that this was a tremendous job from the participants and from the organizers to having that many people online. As I mentioned, that I could see from the participants list that around 100 people were there most of the sessions, and renowned scholars. I know that this is a very time constraint on them on working days, having either work from home or being in the workplace. But I think the main issues with the conference actually included and incorporated various diverse, very crucial issues like autism. At the same time, I could see that in other sessions we were talking about other social crises, which were actually very much important to have social inclusion. As I'm a sociologist, I'm always more interested in making social capital, thinking of social inclusiveness. And we know we are talking about SDGs, and SDGs is all about leaving no one behind. And social work is the crucial and very central thing, I think, to connect people, to include people in the mainstream, in the society, in the wider world. And this platform was such a wonderful place that it connected our thoughts, it connected our both professional and personal interest, our personal connectivity and thoughts. And I think that the most wonderful thing, as others were mentioning, that in a very difficult situation, even a 4 days online conference made people being there, which means we all care. And I would like to thank everybody for caring, sharing, and I hope that we'll be there for each other for caring and sharing in future. And I hope everyone a very good time. Thank you.
Madam, thank you again. Thanks a lot. I will just take 1 or 2 minutes just to give vote of thanks really on behalf of organizing committee. So I extend my heartiest regards to my team and my colleagues, Dipul Hussain, Wahiduzzaman Moin, Mansur Ali, Farjana Bobby, Ruma, young, very young, energetic. Shujib, he is very IT expert from WBB Trust. and Hussain Ahmed, Alamin, and my office staff, Shajjad. These are the team actually. This is the teamwork we did, and all the organizers. This is the symbolic logo that I presented. I mentioned their name earlier, and I mentioned the name Jamuna Television as media partner. Actually, they encouraged a lot. Actually, they encouraged us a lot, and of course, not for the least, you all responded me in a massive way. I'm delighted, really. So hope to see you again next year, and every year, of course, we consecutively last 4 years we have been organizing this conference in a narrower view, in a limited range. This year we had a plan to make it bigger one. Professor Malcolm Pine and Tantiong, they bought their tickets, booked hotel, and things were done, but did so, and so many other friends, but because of pandemic starts, just on 17th of March 2020 was postponed our conference, and it was basically scheduled on 2021st and 2020, that last year. So every year we'll do that, and you will be delighted that in Bangladesh we have been celebrating World Social Work Day even this year in a limited range, keeping safety measures, health measures declared by the government. So this time we are really running after energy. We are suffocated. But thing is, we shouldn't be disconnected virtually with our family members, with our colleagues, with our students, with our partners and international friends, so that we might forget a little about our stress. And last of all, I just thank you again, and add a point with Madam. In social work discipline, we always think this is a holistic discipline. We work in a holistic approach and comprehensive discipline. Just like a human body, I can never think without sociology, without psychology or economics or anthropology even, or even statistics, social work is possible. That's why I think this is the theme of the conference, is built in or embedded in a holistic manner. Actually, that was the thing. So hope to see you again. Stay safe, stay tuned always. Wear mask, that is our slogan. And wear mask, not prevent COVID, just drive against COVID. Stay safe. So should I say good night, everybody? Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good day.
Good night. Good night. Hope to see you again. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Pine, Professor Brace, Professor Malcolm, Honorable Special Guest, Chief Guest, all the guests and participants around the world. Thank you again. Good night from Bangladesh, myself, social worker Habib Rahman, and my team. Tremendous team. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.